Going to do a run through on the truck so that you know how everything operates. It's pretty straightforward. To release the hood underneath the grill, pull back on the lever, pop the hood, grab the safety catch, go ahead and lift it up all the way. Inside the truck we have pretty standard stuff. Got your power steering, got your oil, got your transmission dipstick. That's a fuel pressure gauge, so you can always keep an eye on the fuel pressure. Over on this side we have the radiator overflow. Down in this bottom corner down here is the master control switch for the battery. I always keep it off when the truck's going to sit more than a day. It's a safety feature so nobody can steal the truck. Helps to prevent the battery from going dead over time because the computer memory and the radio memory is still hooked to the battery, so you don't ever lose those memories. But we'll flip it back on. Now for the remote, number 3 on the remote opens the cowl vent. And it's on micro switches, so nothing will ever go too far. And number 4 closes it, and it'll stop by itself. On the remote, number 2 pops the passenger side door. We'll go around here. Number 1 pops the driver's side door. Now let's go inside the truck. On the driver's door, you have your standard handle. Push it forward to release the door from the inside. There's no lock on it, so you don't have to worry about getting yourself locked out. You have your master control for both windows, driver's side, passenger side's up on the top. Inside the cab, we have, that is the high-low for the headlights, which are halogen. And you have your emergency brake foot release. Push it down to lock it. Push it down again, we'll release the pedal. The emergency brake works, so you don't have to worry about that. It works really, really good. And you got your headlight switch. Next to the headlight switch is the high beam blue light. And you have your tilt mechanism, turn signal, standard horn, which works. And your radio, which I'll leave the manual in the box because half the time I can't remember how to use it either. Cup holders in the console. You have cup holders in the armrest. Armrest has buttons on both sides to release it. Pops up. Has a dome light up here, which just works like the old trucks did because there's no way to wire it, but it does have lights for the footwell. You have integrated seat belts, work really well. There's the controls for the seats. That's a lumbar control. Now I'll show you where the emergency entrance is in case you should lose your battery on your remote or something should happen. If you look underneath the door, you will see right here, you grab a hold of this silver thing, pull it down, it pops the door, it goes up by itself. Now, let's roll around to the back where the fuel fill is. Fuel fill is really easy. Push down on the compartment door, pops up. Then you just take it out, set it off to the side, fill your fuel, be careful not to spill, put the cap back on. When you're done, take the compartment door, slide it back into place, push down on it, it latches, everything's nice and smooth. Back of the truck is nothing, just standard back of the truck, LED tail lights. There's an LED third brake light right below the window. You can see that. They're all LEDs. Let's go around to the passenger side. And we'll look inside here. Passenger side seat is a manual seat. This lever here is for the back, to move the backrest, the back up and down, forward or back. Down underneath here is the handle to release the seat, so you can slide it back and forth to wherever. Underneath here on the passenger side kick panel is where the fuse box is. You just flip the panel down. Got all your fuses in there, relays, all that good stuff. Then in the glove box, we can see it. Right inside here is the button for the neon. Up is on, down is off. You can play with that. Illinois, you can outrun them at night on the highway. Then the door is pretty standard as your driver's door. You got your inside release handle. Got your buttons for the windows up and down. Does have bear claw latches, like I said, so you never have to worry about the doors at all coming open, rattling, or anything like that. Shuts with authority. Everything else is pretty straightforward. Does have electric wipers. I've never used them. I don't drive it in the rain. I've never got it caught in the rain. It's never been wet. I wipe it all down by hand. Feather dust it. And keep in mind, when you close the door on the driver's side, if everything's shut, if you have the windows shut, if you have the vent shut, this thing is very, very airtight. So the doors, you have to give them a little authority to close them. With the window down, they close with one finger. With the window up, it's so, like I said, it's so airtight that it just, you got to give it a little to go. Other than that, it's pretty straightforward. Jacking the truck up, that's the fun part, because it's so low to the ground. But first, what I'm going to do is grab my flashlight so I can show you where the battery is, because that's always an important thing. Down behind the front tire, we have, right up in there, is the Optima battery. So it's easy access if you ever need to jump it. I always put a trickle charger on it in the winter with the battery off. So that's easy access. And then the air cleaner is right up there, is the cold air box. Now, to get that, this side panel that the light is on slides out, but it has a couple of screws right there. They have to take the screws out. We have to take the tire off, take the screws out. That side panel comes off. It will just slide backwards. And then to get the air filter to come out, what I do is I release this clamp right there. This whole tube and the air filter will come out through the air box, and then you can just blow it out and service it. It's one of those, it's not a K&N filter because I couldn't find one that would fit in there, but I can't remember what brand it is, but it's one of those washable filters. Other than that, I can't think of anything. You know, the truck's just as nice can be. All the calipers, probably can't see it, but all the calipers are painted the same color as the truck. Rotors are painted the same color as the truck, both front and rear. The radio antenna, I tried to hide it as best I can, but just not a lot of hiding places. But the radio antenna is right here behind the cab. It's mounted down in the filler panel and hooked to the radio. Got a flush mounted rear window. If it ever needs to be replaced for whatever reason, a glass company will have no problem replacing it. Around the front is the same thing. The windshield is flush mounted. If they ever have to replace it, they just have to pull this black molding out. They can cut the window out, make a new one, glue it back in as it is. That they'll understand it totally because I'm a glass guy. If they're glass people, they'll know exactly what I did. Other than that, I hope you enjoy the truck. I enjoyed building it. We enjoyed driving it. Won a lot of shows with it. Went to a lot of cruise nights with it. And just had a blast.